Hey guys, John here, and I'm coming to you from the Star Sonata branch offices in San Francisco, California, aka my apartment. And I wanted to make a video. It's been months since the last real video that I made, and I wanted to take that opportunity to give you kind of an overview of what we're working on in the relatively near or intermediate term for Star Sonata, and hopefully it will make it a better experience. Our heads have been down pretty much working on a lot of new things, and I just want to talk about a few of them. First and foremost is Client 2. Client 2 is slowly but surely making progress. It's nearly a complete code rewrite of the standalone client that everyone uses. It's using an entirely new engine called Aerolict, and we are slowly getting up to speed with all the aspects of that. We've had another programmer who's been contracting, who's been doing the backbone for the graphics engine of the client, and now Jeff and I and others are going to be taking over the bulk of coding responsibilities, and we have been for the last few weeks. So that will be, hopefully we'll have some pretty screenshots to be showing. Jeff will be taking care of that. Hopefully in the very near future we'll have some screenshots of some real ships and things in the game. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that we are changing the networking protocol that Star Sonata is going to be using. Right now we use TCP/IP, which is kind of the standard internet protocol, and it works fairly well. But the problem is that TCP/IP has a lot of overhead, and there's a cost associated with it. It has more network traffic, and we're going to be switching over to something called UDP, which is more of a lightweight internet protocol. It does less for you, but it's also a little bit more customizable, and it allows for a little bit higher performance because you have to basically you don't have to worry about as many things, and you keep track of the things you want, and hopefully that will yield a little bit better interactivity with the server and the client. Right now it's still being in development stage, so we can't really say how well it's going to work, but we are hopeful that it will make a difference, a noticeable difference. Another thing having to do with networking performance is we might be switching over our servers to the Amazon EC2 cloud computing service, and that might also yield slightly lower ping times. We have to do a full stress test with as many people as possible when we get the server up and running. But we're excited about possibly moving servers. No guarantees. Again, like we said, we haven't fully tested it all the way. We've kind of done some real basic preliminary testing on our own, and we'll be announcing kind of a test server there hopefully pretty soon. But we have some other things that are higher priority, and we'll get those done first. And one of those other higher priority things is that we are fully integrating a multi-threaded solution to the server, which means that right now our server runs on a quad-core Intel processor, and basically all we're doing is using one of those cores because our multi-threading solution does not really utilize all the other cores effectively. But what we've done recently is we've made the galaxy checks, the updating of all the galaxies, run on all 4 cores, and we can utilize a significant percentage of the overall potential of the CPU. And what this will allow us to do is to have the frames of the game on the server run faster, and hopefully it will send more updates to you, the player. It will hopefully allow firing rates to be a little bit higher. Again, we have to kind of see this in action on a broad scale, so I don't want to make any undue promises to how much of a difference it will make, but it will definitely there should be some noticeable difference there. And the problem with this is it's a very complicated solution, unfortunately, and it's very difficult to debug. So we have it up and running, but we're just working on the stability. I mean, like all these things, once they go live, it has to work 99.999% of the time, or so we have to really test it thoroughly. So let's see what else. The standalone chat client. We kind of got a little bit ahead of ourselves. The programmer that was working on that, who was almost done, had to stop, had some real life responsibilities, and that responsibility has been passed on to another programmer, but they are working on the multi-thread solution right now, so that takes priority. But we will be getting the chat client out into the public beta hopefully, I don't know, in next month or two. It just depends on how long the multi-threading solution is going to take to fully get working. And with the chat client, yeah, we're going to have the ability to have the admins use it so they can potentially ban or mute people, and the players can use it. And ultimately, we want to have in-game events be coming to the chat client. So if your bases get attacked or anything like that, it will potentially make a sound or warn you if you're setting at your desk, so you don't have to be always on Star Sonata all the time. So it gives you a way to kind of keep tabs on things, obviously chat with people in-game or with other chat clients. But we hopefully will be able to do a lot with it. Initially, it's just going to be chat, and it's some admin things, but hopefully then we'll flesh it out at time permitting and see and get feedback and see what people think and what people want. So oh yeah, and finally there's a new feature or new skill that's going to be added to the game in the relatively near future that will give each team their own forum in the Star Sonata forums that only they will be able to access. So teams can kind of have a central meeting place. They can leave notes to each other, messages, talk discussion or whatever amongst teams, and it will be skill based. I don't really have much else to say about that, but that's something also in the pipeline, and hopefully it will be good for the teams and people will like it. It'll be another chance for the teams to kind of self-organize around a message forum. So finally, yeah, with all these things, we've kind of had our heads down at Star Sonata, unfortunately, and I think that probably we've neglected some of the more outstanding issues that are currently live with the game, whether it be a client issue or a server issue. I would really like to take the opportunity to kind of let people kind of give their biggest gripe. What's your biggest issue with the game right now in terms of something we can fix or something we've been ignoring? And it can be a bug, it can be something design-wise, anything like that. Try to be, again, as specific as possible. And we will hopefully be able to get an idea of what are some of the common ones that people are bothering and spend some time fixing those, because really we've been so distracted with other things to improve the game that we've probably neglected a lot of things. And I know for a fact that we've neglected a lot of things, and I want to apologize for that. But we're taking an opportunity here so people can kind of vent at the very least, or hopefully give some constructive feedback of what they'd like to see fixed. So I don't know, that's about it, and hopefully these videos will be a little bit more often than every few months. But anyway, so until next time, take care.